We're live.
Tony, again.
How are you, Terence?
I'm beautiful, man. Life's grand.
No. I said, how are you?
I'm feeling fine.
Good.
21 weeks now, huh? 21 of these.
No, this is like 30. What are you talking about?
Is it okay? Well, a little senility has sunk in. When we started this, I was sane. Now a little bit off.
Yeah, I think this is our 30th. Which, by the way, the only other thing I've done for 30 episodes would be the KSBR birthday bash, which we did for 29 years, and It got cut off right before 30. So
yeah, that's a bummer.
Nobody cares.
Welcome. It's good to see you. And man, we got a great show. This is the we'll call it the KUBIS Kittens Tom Double Nicole and Kaylee show. How's that?
Wow. I'm thinking you might be. I'm thinking you might be better with a script, Terence.
Yeah, I could be. I think I have a script, but I prefer not to do it. Welcome, everybody. Yeah. And before anything, I should actually read the script so I can tell everybody about what was going on. That was Lori Bell on flute with Josh Nelson, Alex Franks, and Gene Coy from their performance a few weeks ago with Tawanda. You know, we have incredible jazz that continues here at Steamers Jazz at JAX.
Yeah, we've got a great lineup all through October.
Although actually into November now, you know, our guest tonight, our first guest tonight will be playing the day, I don't know, the day is the 25th, I believe, Wednesday, November, which is the day before Thanksgiving. And it is typically a very busy, good day because the mom's got the kitchen all closed off. Nobody can get in there. So all the people go out and have some fun. And we have the Swing Kittens that are going to be performing live at Campus JAX. So we hope you can come out. Upcoming tonight, following this show, we have the Steamers Jazz at JAX Afterglow with who other than Greg Vail, man, our buddy Greg. And
I go back a long way with Greg Vail.
Yeah, man. And then on the 15th, we have Tim Gill with his quintet. That's this Thursday coming up.
Right.
On Saturday the 16th, a special Steamers Jazz at JAX Friday night feature with Crystal Lewis. By the way, all of these, you can get tickets at campusjax.com, and they're all selling out quickly. So we have limited space. We have a wonderful socially distant bistro setting with a tent to keep you warm and the lights and sound and everything. You can
not just the tent now. We have heaters now.
Heaters,
if they are needed.
Absolutely. And the beautiful sound system and the videos and all that. It's great. And the lights. And you can only go to the show if you purchase tickets in advance, and they are selling out quickly. On the 18th, we have, the 16th, we have Crystal Lewis. On Sunday, the 18th, next Sunday, we have our Steamers Jazz Afterglow again with Paris Chanson. How do you like that? Gypsy Jazz. Coming up on the 22nd, my favorite for today, and the wonderful, talented, lovely Champion Fulton, pianist and vocalist from New York. And this is like an incredible special event to have her out one night only from 7 to 8:30. If you want to,
I'm very excited about that.
Oh my God, I cannot wait. Then coming up on the 25th of October, our Afterglow again with Jazz Bray with Lisa Donahue. And then ending out October on the 29th, Andrea Miller with the Ron Kobayashi Trio. Tell us about how we get tickets for that, Tony.
Oh, wow, look at you just passing it off to me. Well, you go to campusjax.com and you click on entertainment, and then you scroll through until you find the night you want to go to, which I'm just going to guess is every night. So it's kind of easy. You just buy the first ticket, go to the next show, buy the next ticket, and all the way through there. So am I right? Yeah.
You're perfectly right. You know, I also want to let you know that, again, we do practice all the things for health and safety and being spread out. And all of these shows, whether it be on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we stream them live here at steamersjax.com, YouTube, Facebook, JAX Hideaway, you know. And so if you can't make it, or you don't feel comfortable making it, or you live out of town, just go check us out there. You'll see them. And we want to thank you for watching our broadcasts. you know, if you want to help us out a little bit with doing these broadcasts live, all of this great talent and the insight on these artists, you know, this show we're doing tonight and every Sunday, we have the interviews and little live performance there. It really, really is a wonderful, special thing. You can help us out by going to steamersjax.com and throw a buck or two in that tip jar, and looking forward to it. So, Tony, bring us into the video and what we're going to be seeing and what we're going to be doing.
Well, before we bring on our first guests, the Swing Kittens, we're going to enjoy video from them of a tune called Old Devil Moon. I haven't seen this yet, so I don't know where it was filmed or when it was, and but I'll be watching it with you, and so then we're going to bring them in right after that.
I look at you and suddenly something begins bewitching me. It's that old devil moon that you stole from the skies. It's that old devil moon in your eyes. You and your glance make this romance too hard to handle. Stars in the night, blazing their light, can't hold a candle to your razzle dazzle. Look at me flying higher and higher up on a carpet ride. Wanna cry, wanna cry, wanna laugh like a loon. It's that old devil moon in your eyes. Just when I think I'm free as a dove, old devil moon deep in your eyes finds me with love. Old devil moon deep in your eyes, deep in your eyes, deep in your eyes. I look at you and suddenly something in your eyes I see soon begins bewitching me. It's that old devil moon that you wed and stole. Yes, you stole it from the skies. It's that old devil moon in your eyes, in your eyes. Oh, you could take the high road, or you could take the low road. Now the way the wind is blowing.
The Swing Kittens are an upbeat swing vocal trio hailing from Orange County, California, comprised of Nicole KUBIS, daughter of legendary composer and arranger Tom KUBIS, Kaylee Griffith, and Nicole Pereira. The Swing Kittens specialize in tight vocal harmonies and give a youthful spin on heartwarming classics from the 40s and 50s. With cheerful choreography and an energetic presence, the Swing Kittens perform favorites by the Andrews Sisters, the McGuire Sisters, and many others from the golden era of music. The Kittens have performed throughout Southern California with their partners, the Swing Cats Big Band, in premier locations such as Disneyland and the Catalina Island Casino. They have been featured artists with the Glenn Miller Orchestra for 4 years and have toured with the band in Hawaii, Australia, New Zealand, the Philippines, and Thailand. They had the honor of performing for the King and Princess of Thailand also. The Kittens were featured vocalists for the 2013 Billy Vaughn Orchestra Tour of Japan and were special guests this summer with the Würzburg Big Band in Germany. Steamers Jazz at Campus JAX is proud to present the Swing Kittens.
Wow.
We're back.
We're back, the Swing Kittens, and look at them. I don't know what side they're on, but they're on one of these sides.
I think they're right there.
Hello.
We got Nicole KUBIS, Kaylee Griffith, and Nicole Pereira. How you guys doing?
We're great.
Awesome.
Yeah.
For those that don't know you, introduce yourself so they know which name goes to which face.
Okay, I'm Nicole KUBIS.
I'm Kaylee Griffith. And I'm Nicole Pereira.
Got it.
And we're the Swing Kittens.
There you go.
Oh, I would have expected that to be better rehearsed.
Yes. They were reading straight from the script, too. So, anyway, for those of you who are unaware of them, an extremely popular, incredible group of vocalists. And I never had the pleasure of working with them at Steamers because I don't know if they were either when I disclose it if they were not doing it at that time or what, but I did have an opportunity to present them with the Orange County Jazz and Wine Festival, and I think Nicole P. was off that day. She was, I don't remember what it was, and you had someone else in there. And then, yeah, and then you guys came up, was it when Tony was playing at JAX one time?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys sat in and you know, even without the fancy dresses, you sounded the same too, which was incredible.
To be clear, I did have a fancy dress on that night.
Oh yeah, oh,
And he sounded the same too.
Well, hey, this is what I'd like to do because obviously, well, first of all, I want to say that you are our first multi-person guest. I think we've had 2 on before at a time, but this is the first 3, right? Is that my right, Terence?
I believe so.
So congrats on that. There's no prize though. But what I'd like to do is I'd like to ask just down the line, just tell us a little bit about your musical background, where you come from and how you got to this.
Whoa. Okay. Well, a lot of it's going to overlap. So
That's all right.
I grew up in a musical family. I'm part of the KUBIS thing. So I had no choice. I was stuck into this mess of a thing. So I've just been singing, doing that my whole life. I actually kind of cross over between like pop and rock and roll and also like the big band jazz thing. So I like to do it all. And the 3 of us actually met in high school doing the classic rock thing.
Oh, nice.
Kind of like a school of rock, singing harmonies together. And that's how we met. So yeah, go ahead, Kaylee.
Well, I mean, I just grew up. I'm from Huntington Beach. I started doing choir in like middle school or something. You know, played the piano, that whole thing, and then I met these guys, and yeah, the rest was history, honestly.
Yeah.
And is your story the same, pretty much? Yeah, I don't really have a musical family, but I went to high school. In high school, I was learning what key changes were. Like, I knew nothing until I was like 14. Then we started singing harmonies and started like really falling in love with that. And so that, started singing together. Mm-hmm. Then. Very exciting.
One of the questions I had was when you guys first were together and singing the harmonies and all that, was that immediately into this jazz type thing, or were you doing rock songs as a trio in that respect?
Yes.
Yeah, we started with rock and a bunch of contemporary stuff too. And then it kind of led into the jazz genre when Nicole started singing with the swing band. And so then we kind of joined in after a while. But, yeah.
And you guys, as a group, like you're still doing pop stuff, or are you sticking to this for the swing thing with the Swing Kittens?
We are actually doing both. Part of our whole like quarantine project has been to do like an acoustic set of just like 70s through now.
Oh, cool.
Actually even 50s through now. So we actually have our first gig on Saturday doing that kind of thing. So I'm playing guitar and we're just doing a bunch of songs together.
Oh, that's great.
That's kind of been our project. So so we're doing it all. We like.
And you guys write also?
Nicole does.
We have. Yeah, we have.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably something we should do more of.
Yeah, I think
so. Now that you mention it.
Right. Well, good. I'm glad I could jumpstart that.
Yeah.
That part of your career that you should not be overlooking.
Right.
So then how has this quarantine thing, what happened immediately when that happened? Did you guys lose gigs and decide, we better somehow do this remotely and start recording? And everyone that we've talked to so far in these 30 weeks have told us about how they discovered a new part of either the learning process, or many of them had no computer skills or how to work with Logic or anything like that. And then now they've transformed themselves and so I'd be interested in hearing what happened with you guys.
Well, all of our gigs got canceled. So that was really exciting. But we actually have been trying to do the like pop and rock thing for a while. And it's just kind of been on our to-do list, like, we'll get around to it eventually. We'll have an acoustic gig eventually. So I feel like the quarantine kind of like pushed us to really work on that kind of stuff. And I think we started doing like quarantine videos, like the old Devil Moon video that you saw before this. It started with happy birthday. We did happy birthday messages to all of our friends because we couldn't hang out with them. And then it kind of evolved into jazz and stuff. So yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I got a question for you. Do you three together feel more comfortable singing or being interviewed?
Singing.
All right, well, then let's hear the first song.
Okay, let's get to it. All right, let's see. Which one do you want to do first? No more, huh?
Yeah,
Okay.
sure. Yeah.
Cool. The first song we're gonna do is actually both of them are done by the McGuire sisters, who came after the Andrews sisters, which we do a lot of Andrews sisters stuff as well. But we also really enjoy the McGuire sisters. It was kind of an updated, hipper version of the Andrews sisters, we feel. And the arrangements that went along with them were really cool. So we found some of their songs that weren't as well known. Like a lot of people know Sincerely and a lot of people know Sugar Time, and those are like their hits. But we started digging through the library and found some neat stuff that maybe didn't make it to the top. So we're going to share
I love that.
one of those now. Yeah, we're going to share one of them with you, one that we absolutely love to sing. It's a cute little song called No More.
My baby don't phone no more. My baby ain't home no more. My baby don't love me no more. My baby don't buy me pearls. He's busy with other girls. My baby don't love me no more. I should have been him, that I could forget him. Oh, why do I miss him so? But somehow I'll find me a baby new, and maybe I'll pick on you. You'll hear me knocking at your door. 'Cause my baby don't love me no more.
Hey, ho, hey, ho.
My baby don't phone no more. My baby ain't home no more. My baby don't love me no more. Shouldn't have fed him, couldn't forget him. Why do I miss him so? But somehow I'll find me a baby new, and maybe I'll pick on you. I'll come and knocking at your door. 'Cause my baby don't love me no more. No more, no more.
Nice.
That's so great. What a fantastic tune that is, too. I'm such a fan. I probably, like, once a week at least, I sit with all my albums and online just looking for unknown songs like that. It's a great one.
Yeah, what did they call them?
You guys sound fantastic on it.
What do they call them? Deep tracks, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
deep
for those
cut.
for those who are uninitiated to it, you want to explain to the audience the three-part harmony, who's the high, the middle, the low, and let them know about some of the demands of each of them.
Sure. We'll make them guess. No, I don't know. It changes. It depends on what song we're singing. Actually, the McGuire sisters and the Andrews sisters, they had different voicing. So the voices were kind of different. Where they put the melody was different. So in this particular configuration, the McGuire sisters kind of scenario, Kaylee's usually singing the top part because she's real loud. And then
I can't help it. It just comes out that way. I don't know.
So that's good. And then Nicole usually sings the middle, the really obscure parts. Those are her.
Because she's really obscure.
And I'm a nerd.
And then I'm just holding it down on the bottom because I have a you know, I'm
Yeah.
a man. I have a low voice.
Well, we just learned a lot about you guys in that little explanation.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh.
you know, and I fancy myself as someone that is pretty aware of what's going on, but for some reason, I thought you were doing the high part, Nicole.
Me?
KUBIS, yes, yeah.
Oh.
I don't know why. I don't know. You know, that tells me how synchronized you guys are. And the other question I was going to ask is, how often, in the midst of this, even as well rehearsed as you are, do you flub up? And what is your, like, do you have a go-to thing, like a passing tone and jazz? You know, what is it that you kind of do? Or just wait for the other to catch up, but the other just gets quiet? Or
well, we have to learn how to read lips a lot.
Yeah.
We have two other people singing the same thing, so I'm like, what are you singing? Right.
You look at each other. Usually we mess up at the same time too, which is really weird.
Yeah.
So it looks
Interesting.
intentional.
But it also helps that we can read minds. So that,
right.
that-
Yeah,
That
yeah.
Good.
helps a lot.
So, but you are using visual cues a lot then, right?
Yeah.
Like you'll count off. Nicole
Enjoy.
always counts off, so we're watching her. If she needs to do a cutoff or something, we're usually like eyes on Nicole just to make sure we're keeping with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got another.
Yeah,
This
but
is.
I feel like we've all... Oh, sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, there's a little delay, so I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead and finish what you were saying.
Oh, I was just gonna say that we've been doing this for forever, it seems like, so it's, I don't know, it's like second nature most of the time.
Yeah.
We can pick up on what the other's putting down most of the time.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say, and this is gonna sound a little bit like a plug, but I don't mean it that way. But during the instrumental, you had that time where I see singers are often like, okay, what do we do while the band takes over and plays for a while? And I did a track for Jane Lynch that is a big band tune, and we shot a video for it. So I would encourage you to just go find Jane Lynch, A Swingin' Little Christmas, and just see what they did during the instrumental break on the video, because it was really fun. So, but I noticed that during that little time, I was just watching you do that. So
I know. And when we're with the band, it's not as,
sure.
it's weird. But
Well, that's the thing. We shot a video of them just standing around a mic, and then there's this long instrumental section. So you'll enjoy it.
Oh, cute.
Yeah.
So,
For sure.
so anyway, for those of you who don't know, we have asked them to perform at Campus JAX, another Steamers Jazz at Campus JAX on November 25th, which is a Wednesday night, a little unusual night for us, but it's the night before Thanksgiving. And typically it's a really, really a fun night for people to go out, because a lot of, they're cooking in the kitchen, and all the rest of the family have to get out. Restaurant. I was always busy at Steamers. I called the night before, I called it the turkey bash at Steamers all the time. And we would just, usually I had the Banda Brothers or some Latin jazz, but we were always very busy. So we're really excited about it. And it's kind of nice to have you guys being featured there too. How do you feel about that? You want to talk a little bit about that, being on the show the night before Thanksgiving?
Oh,
We're really excited.
We are
Yeah.
so happy and excited.
Yeah.
And have you secured the Swing Kittens big band yet, or little band, or whatever you're bringing?
We've talked about configuration, and we just a lot of them don't even know we have the date yet. So if they're watching this, surprise.
Okay.
So I think I told one. So
You can do the date with tracks. That's fine.
No. No. We're looking forward to it very much.
Another question I was going to ask you, and I say this because Tony's the arranger here. Tony's a great composer and arranger, if you didn't know that. But are you going straight off the arrangements from, like, when you're listening to these things like the McGuire Sisters, or the things that you do with your band? Is Tom helping you with these arrangements? Who's doing with the coordination of the vocals and all that stuff? Or is this all you guys?
So it depends. It depends on what we're doing. So we do a lot of stuff identical to the Andrews Sisters or the McGuire Sisters, and we really try to make it like as true as we can without being hokey.
Yeah.
That's kind of our thing, is like a lot of like tribute groups will try and like overdo it, and we want to stay true to like our thing, but also like pay tribute to. So we try to keep it as close to without being too much, I guess. So we listen to our parts by ear, so we learn everything by ear. So say we pick like a new song, we'll be like, okay, let's learn this, and we don't even have to speak about it anymore. We just know what part we're gonna sing, and then we just come together and sing it. So that's usually what we do. There are a few songs that we do that I did a vocal arrangement of. We have an arrangement of Paper Moon and A Tisket a Tasket, and I've done a few like standards like that in our repertoire. And because for a while we just had, my dad does all of our big band arrangements, and we had a lot of really bombastic vocal like arrangements. So everywhere we went, we were singing closers. So so we needed some more like dance music. So we added some of those to our repertoire as well. So it's kind of a mix of both. So we like to do some things exactly like it, and then also create our own things as well.
That's great. You have another song for us? Go ahead, Terence.
Real quick, before you do another song, I want you to think quick, point, don't ask, who's got the best voice?
You didn't vote.
Nicole P. didn't even move.
I'm neutral. I'm in the middle, literally, except for our seating.
You should have pointed to yourself. It would have been cute.
We'll work on that.
That wasn't in the
Well, I just know they didn't point at you, Terence. So let's hear
Yes,
them.
that's right. That's right. What's the next song you're gonna do?
We'll do a little Dixieland. We'll do That's a Plenty. We'll do that. Another closer. Okay.
That's a plenty's got a beat in it, the rhythm's got a lot of heat in it. I'll bet you 5, 10 to 5. It's gonna get you doing what it's doing to me. The Dixieland comes oozing out of it. The Dixielanders sure are proud of it. They call it jazz, what it has. That's a plenty for me. Take you down to New Orleans, down Basin Street with all the queens. You don't have to have the means. A little bit of rhythm and you go right with them. Shut my big brown rolling eyes if you don't rock it to the skies. Hey boy, say boy, that's a plenty for me. You're gonna get mellow when that fellow blues is on. Where the blues are born, you'll be gone. The trumpet, ain't that something? Beat out, brother, there's no other remedy. And that's a plenty, plenty, plenty for me. Gonna go down to New Orleans. Come along, bring along your queens. That's a plenty for me. Come on and hear the clarinet play. You lose your blues, you'll drive them away. Kick up your heels, come on and be gay, let's go. Once you start, you stay in it every night. Cafe in it, swing your queen. What I mean, it's gonna get you doing what it's doing to me. And when you're in the mood, there ain't no stopping it. You're gonna blow, you're topping it. That is jazz. What it has, that's a plenty, a plenty, a plenty, a plenty, plenty, plenty for me. For me.
Very nice.
That's so great.
Well, listen, we're gonna pass it along to some other KUBIS person a little bit in the show. He can wait, right? But we want to welcome you to Campus JAX on the 25th of November. And I've been a little bird was telling me that I should challenge you guys to bring one of your originals to that show. We'd love to hear one of your originals. And, you can certainly break into a little pop thing right in the middle of that. You're more than welcome to do anything like that. You got something in mind? You don't have to change your dresses or anything. You could just,
cool.
yeah. So I guess we're going to be going out with a video of you guys doing Bugle Boy, I believe, right? Boogie Woogie
This is
Bugle Boy.
in this was filmed in Japan, right?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
With the Billy Vaughn Orchestra.
The Billy Vaughn Band. Yeah, we were there
Nice.
2 years ago. So much fun.
Oh, that's great. Well, thank you so much for being with us. It was really fun having you guys. You sounded great even on the stream. It's really, really great.
What a pleasure. What a pleasure. We're really looking forward to.
Thank
Oh,
you.
thank you so much. It's been fun.
See you on the 25th.
We'll
See you soon. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Wow.
Well, that was fun.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. And I'm really looking forward to seeing seeing them on the stage for a good hour and a half there. It's going to be a lot of fun the day before. Yeah, so I want to let you guys know what we got upcoming at our Steamers Jazz at Campus JAX. We've got coming up tonight right after the show. Well, first after we do a little bit, we're going to introduce our friend Tom KUBIS. And then we're going to, after the show will be our Steamers Jazz at JAX Afterglow with Greg Vail. He's live on the stage in Newport Beach at Campus JAX, and we're going to be streaming that too, so you can help us out by donating a little at steamersjax.com. And the tip jar upcoming this Thursday. Incredible jazz. He's a guitar player, trumpeter, vocalist, and Tony says he's really good looking too. You know,
well, I mean, as far as trumpet player arrangers go,
yes, I can understand. Tim Gill will be here with his quintet, and it's going to be a great show. I think we have Danny House is there on clarinet and tenor sax, Adam Bravo on piano, Nick Schott on bass, and of course Jimmy Ford on drums. So it's going to be a really, really good show. And then coming up on Saturday, that's actually Friday, October 16th, our special Steamers Jazz at JAX with Crystal Lewis. And then Sunday the 18th, we have the Afterglow performances, Paris Chanson, which is a gypsy jazz group. And then, of course, coming on the 22nd from New York, incredible jazz vocalist and pianist Champion Fulton. So you can go to the campusjax.com, go to the entertainment section, and have tickets for all those. Tickets are a necessity because we're trying to keep to the standards and keep us socially distant and apart. We're selling advance tickets only for this stuff. So none at the door, but we do accommodate singles and couples and large groups, etc. But it's first come, first serve as far as the tickets are concerned. So go to campusjax.com to buy those. And again, like I said, you can help us out by with these streams that we do by going to the tip jar at steamersjax.com. Anything else, Tony, that you can think of before we show an intro with Tom and then talk to him?
No, I say let's get right to it.
Arranger, composer, and instrumentalist, Tom KUBIS has performed with such jazz greats as Frank Rossellino, Bill Watrous, Arturo Sandoval, Jack Sheldon, Pete Chrisley, and Louis Bellson. Tom's interest then turned toward jazz composition and arranging. In addition to motion picture and television assignments, the sought-after composer-arranger has worked with many outstanding jazz artists and celebrities, including longtime commissions with Steve Allen and Helen Reddy. Among his television credits are arranging and conducting the CBS Jackie Gleason 30-year reunion special and Bob Newhart's 20-year anniversary show. Tom KUBIS's musical arrangements define the contemporary big band sound and have performed at virtually every major jazz festival in the world, including the Playboy Jazz Festival, the Montreux Jazz Festival, and the Berkeley Jazz Festival, to name a few. His charts have been played in just about any place or city that has a big band. There are literally hundreds of CDs where Tom's arrangements can be heard from college to professional bands. Tony Guerrero cites, his legendary status is really worldwide. It's possible no other big band arranger has more charts and more bands around the world than the incredibly prolific Tom KUBIS. Steamers Jazz at Campus JAX is proud to present our friend, Tom KUBIS.
Welcome us back.
Welcome us back. And look who we have here. Legendary composer, arranger, sax man, just the the wearer of Hawaiian shirts, the man.
I didn't wear one, and I apologize.
I know. Tom KUBIS.
How you guys doing?
Good. Welcome, Tom. Thanks for being with us.
This is a little daunting because I'm following the Swing Kittens, and right now, compared to what they were looking like, to what I look like a bad bus stop. So,
no. Yeah,
well, it's good to have you. No matter how you look, no Hawaiian shirt, green shirt, whatever. It's good to have you.
Well, good to see you guys.
Yeah, man.
I hear everything that's going on Campus JAX, and I hear the Swing Kittens are going to be there. Is that correct?
They're gonna be there, and hopefully you're going to be there at some point soon.
Yeah,
we'll have to work that out.
Oh, we got to work that out. We got to bring that big band in there because it's stellar. It's stellar. And for those of you who are unfamiliar with Tom, because for a guy of his renowned talents, he doesn't stand up on the stage and say, "Hey, look at me." People know who Tom KUBIS is all over the world for his arrangements and on everything that he's done. But he's an absolute killer tenor sax player and just a sweetheart of a man. And Tony, I mean, how many albums would you say that guy's on?
I couldn't even begin to guess, but I have a related question to that because, I'll backtrack a little bit. So I kind of started out in town out of high school in the early 80s. And, Tom was already this legendary figure, but I didn't really know enough at the time to aim towards going and studying with him. And so I regret that all those years you were teaching at Golden West that I never took classes from you, because I would have now in my life, I would have just cherished that. Because if I were to turn my computer around, you'd see a whole row of arranging books. And I swear I never open any of them. I go straight to the stuff I've gotten from you over the years all the time. So
you were nice enough to kind of recopy some of them, so they look kind of cool. So
well, I mean, they've just been, that stuff has been so great, and you're just such an icon in that world. And here's where my question is, because we've talked about this over the years with other people, but do you have any clue how many arrangements you've done over the years, that are out there? Because I can tell you this: I don't play in a ton of big bands, but I've never played in a big band that didn't have a Tom KUBIS chart in the book, at least one. I honestly don't.
My house is still not paid off yet. Oh,
okay.
Oh, I don't know. You know, my son and I were trying to figure this out, and we figured that over the course, it's like something like 20,000 arrangements that I've done,
Wow.
or whatever. The ones that are out there, you know, I mean, there's thousands of these things. You know, this is crazy.
Yeah,
I just got into writing just for doing it. I loved it, and when I was at Orange Coast College, fortunate at that time, Doc Rutherford, who was there, he first of all, he didn't like anybody writing for the band, and then I started writing, and then it was kind of okay, and then Dave Diggs came in, wrote stuff. Dave Siebels came in and wrote stuff, and Tom Saviano, and so we were like the four horsemen there, and we were writing stuff all the time, so that's all we were playing. And I just loved to write, and I just kept filling up score paper, and for no apparent reason at all, but I just love doing it. It's just like sculpting or whittling or whatever people do, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's so many of these charts out there. So I was doing like, you know, there was time when like maybe 10, 15 years where I'd about one a day, you know, and then try and record it. But it was out of fun. It's not out of bragging. It's just like, I just love doing it and featuring this guy and featuring that guy. And in my band, I've got all these great soloists. And so you go, oh God, Sal would, or Rusty Higgins would sound great on this, or Jeff Bunnell, or Andy Martin, you know, all these great players. And so you're kind of right. I always say that Duke Ellington did the same thing, except that, you know, I mean, if you have a big band, you write for who's in the band. You don't have to be Duke Ellington necessarily, but you know, you think, oh God, it'd be great to feature so many people. So I just kept writing tunes and writing charts, you know. I love it though.
Well, so as a non-arranger myself, and Tony is, so I will ask you as a layman.
Drop two. Inside joke.
I know that.
Tony's cracking up already. I can see it.
So
that was a big hurdle for me, is trying to figure out, when am I supposed to use that?
When do I do that?
Yeah.
When you're writing an arrangement, you talked about making reference to me, and that may sound good with Andy Martin or Rusty or one of these other people. Do you, when you finish the score, is it like the accomplishment that you want, or doesn't it really give you that till you actually hear it with a band or someone else that it was intended to be for at the end of that?
Yeah, you know, it's like a playwright.
Yeah.
You know, you can write a play and you've got all the lines, but then, you know, you have to hire or you have to have like Humphrey Bogart to make it, you know, instead of some schmuck or whatever, or whomever. I'm really dating myself there. You know, or Tom Hanks or whatever, you know, to bring it to life. And then it has the possibilities that you never even realized before. You know, it has all these different, you know, these guys come from this level that is far, it's another planet, you know, when they play. And then when you hear it, you go, oh my gosh, you know, you expected something, but then you get so much more. So yeah, it's on paper, but it doesn't come to life until you hear it. And then people are, you know, then a soloist like brings that magnificence to it, you know.
Well, you know, these days, if people don't know, like we can do an arrangement and kind of hear something from the computer. The computer can kind of give us a little rough idea of what it's going to sound like, and then we can, with our home studios, we can demo. And you do a lot of that. Terence, you didn't mention he's also a great piano player and trumpet player. And so, Tom, I know you demo. I don't know if you demo every tune you write, but I've heard demos you've done, and they sound like records sometimes. So, and I'll tell you, for me, I mean, I'm such a newbie to all this. Like, I couldn't imagine putting an arrangement in front of a band without having heard it here first and checked all the notes. But I always marvel at, you know, I think about, let's say back in the day, those old Sinatra records where they would just walk in. You couldn't hear it back then until you put it in front of the orchestra.
Yeah.
And
those guys were heroes. Those arrangers back then that, you know.
But you have that too. I mean, you have that ability to just do it and know it's going to be right, or, you know.
Yeah, I do notice that as the older I get, I'm writing, I do this. Oh, well, whoop, there's somebody missing a flat. Whoop, the guy missed the whole thing. Oh, I better fix that. You know, I literally, you were asking how many of them I do demos of. I do demos of everything for self-preservation. Right. You know.
Yeah.
And I'll bring it out, put it out, and I'll play it in, and put it in the computer, and then I'll hear it, and I'll have a demo for it. But the thing is that I write so much, I really don't get a chance to hear it all. I can't. There's so much, so I have to do a demo. So then I go, okay, that's kind of what it sounds like, you know.
Right. And Tom, do you still teach privately or elsewhere? I mean,
No, you know, it's funny when I was at Golden West for 35 years, and it was a great schedule because I was there like 3 times a week or 4 times a week, and it gave me plenty of time to write, which was perfect. In fact, I was doing some work on the road with Helen Reddy, who just passed away. I was with Helen for about five years, and you know, they kind of set up my schedule so I could tour on the weekend and then come back. It was wonderful. So, what was your question?
Just if you teach it all anymore,
yeah,
privately or otherwise.
You know, things kind of changed at Golden West, and the music department was kind of heading a different direction, and it was time for me to go anyway. And so, no, I retired, and they said that's it, you know. And then privately, I tell you what's the problem with private students, and that's why I don't do it, is because you think you're going to have this hour of the day, you know, open on Wednesday, blah, 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 from what, and then something comes up and somebody goes, hey, I need something, blah, or hey, we're missing a second alto part in Schenectady of when you're smiling chart, you know, whatever. And then you got to get that to somebody. And there's always something that kind of gets in the way. So I just don't do it, you know.
But aren't you like offering some kind of instruction on your website or?
There is, if you go to Vimeo and you go to my name, there are probably 100 and some odd videos of how to write in 3-part, how to write in 4-part, how to write in 5-part, how to write 6-part, how to write 10 different ways to do big band charts, reharmonizations and stuff like that. And they're only like 99 cents or something like that for each video. And so you can kind of check them out and see kind of what I did. You can hear it. And then when I was playing trumpet really good, Tony, I was putting trumpet parts on the top of these things. So it's actually sound like a little combo. And so I've got all those videos there, which are very helpful. So if anybody, you know, was looking for something, that's extremely helpful. And all the voicing sheets are on there too. Yeah,
so
they can look at them and they can say, okay, this is how you voice it out. You know, give this guy this note, this stuff, and this that. And then it's, you know, it takes the guesswork out of it. So
now, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I don't remember when I was just trying to get into it. There was a certain Count Basie sound that would appear in certain arrangements.
Yeah.
And I wanted it so bad. My mind just kept going, that's what I want here. And I could never figure it out. And then when I finally got to see a score, it was the easiest. It was, I would have been embarrassed to put it on paper because it was such an easy thing.
It's insanity.
So simple.
Yeah. I had doing the same thing. You know, when I was younger, I took, when I was at Orange Coast College, they said, well, you got to take lessons, part of the school thing. And I go, well, I don't want saxophone lessons. And I'll take arranging lessons. And so there happened to be an arranger down here, still around, Bill Baker, who's an incredible saxophone player and wrote for the Righteous Brothers, wrote for Ray Charles. And I mean, just amazing, amazing writer. And he lived nearby. So I took arranging from him. That was the first thing we did, was the Basie thing, you know. Yep. And he showed it to me, and I'm going, well, this is too easy. This can't be right. You know, I'm not saying that all the Basie charts are like this, but the original voicing was just a 4-part voicing, and it's doubled, and then it's doubled again. So you write it 4 parts, and you're done, you know. And I remember having read for a vocalist many years ago, and they needed a whole bunch of charts, and I'm going, oh, well, I'll just do it the Count Basie style. So you write out 4 parts, and you just give it to everybody else, and like one chart would take like 20 minutes, you know, and it was done. And Macintosh, you copy and paste, and it was like, you know, it was all done. So
wow,
yeah, funny.
So what about the composing part? You know, are you doing much of that?
I always, you know, that's I have to compose something for every tune that I do, you know, unless I'm doing an arrangement for somebody, unless they're want to sing Taking the A Train or whatever. But you have to write your own tune for, you know, everything. And that's the only thing you can sell because of licensing agreements and whatever, you know. Basically you can sell your own. The only one that is licensed that I have is When You're Smiling. And I did an arrangement of that when I was probably in the early middle 70s or something. And for some reason, everybody on the planet has that arrangement. I don't know why, but they do. It's in their book. But you basically have to, you compose your own tunes. I love that. I just adore that. That's just one of my favorite things. Sit down, invent something, a samba, a ballad, or whatever. You know, it's just.
I meant to pull this out before we got on this interview, and I forgot, but it's downstairs. But I have your In Sync album from 1983.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah. And I remember the song "Village Dance" was this song I heard on the radio at the time. Like, that's great. I got to go get that. And then it was you. So
Yeah, well, you're talking about, where these little vignettes, where do they come from,
Right.
And I remember Village Dance. I don't know. This is an off the wall story. It's not funny or anything.
And that's Matt Johnson on drums, right? Am I
yeah,
right?
Matt Johnson's
Yeah.
on it. Yeah, and Tom Rainier and all kinds of great players. Bob O'Donnell played some lead trumpet on that, and I can't. And John Patitucci? I think played bass on it.
I think so. That sounds right.
Yeah. And this little Village Dance tune, I had just had my son John, we call him Mikey, and who's incidentally the piano player on Dancing with the Stars.
Right.
But anyway, John was just born, and we couldn't keep him in one place, so we bought one of these modular couches, and we put him in the middle, and then he couldn't get out, so he'd be crawling around until he finally could get out. And I remember it was just one of those days. He was in this little thing for no reason. It didn't have nothing to do much to do with the story other than I'm walking down the hallway, and I'm going into that room where that is at, and I'm hearing this thing going da 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 da, and it came out of nowhere, and I wrote it down immediately, and then created that little silly tune. So these things come out of nowhere,
Right.
I think if you talk to anybody who creates anything, no matter what, any art at all.
Well, I'm disappointed that you sang it right now, because I was going to show you that it's always stuck in my head.
Yeah. There, it's much better than my singing, for sure.
Hey, well, listen, Tom, we have, of all people, Greg Vail on the stage at Campus JAX right now. We're going to be doing switching over to the live stream of him. But before that, we want to say thank you so much, and give us a little bit about the Monday night hang outro video that we're going to do. Yours transitioning.
Monday Night Hang is a tribute to all the bands that can play on Monday nights, because the union doesn't care,
Yes.
So it was in fact, it's on my website. I think I'm almost giving it away for bands that when they do come back and have a chance to play, to do it. So it's kind of a tribute to all those, war horses, and they're all over the country, who play on Monday night. And that's what it is.
Yeah. Well, thanks so much for being with us, man.
What a pleasure. It's great to see you. And we got to bring you to Steamers Jazz at JAX, man.
Sounds great.
All right.
I'm ready.
Thanks, Tom.
Yeah, thank you. Ta-da. All right. Thanks, guys. Good to see all of you. Yeah, you take care.
Well, Tony, another great show. Wow.
That was fantastic.
And the inimitable Tom KUBIS. What a gentle, sweet, incredibly talented man. And we got to bring his band in. Folks, we're going to be going to our Afterglow with Greg Vail right on the stage in just about 35 seconds. But I want to remind you, upcoming this Thursday night, Tim Gill with his quintet will be live.
You're going to love it. Get your tickets. You're going to love him.
Get your tickets for Tim Gill. Incredible. CampusJax.com. Love you, Tony. I'll see you this week.
Love you too, sir. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye and bye bonds.
All right, guys. See you later.
Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you for our live audience right here. So excited to be here on a Sunday night playing real music for real people. That's an exciting concept, isn't it? We took this very for granted just a year ago, and now we know how special it actually is because we miss it when we don't get a chance to do this. That was a song that I wrote just it's a COVID song. Almost everything is. Song called Sunrise in Seville. And I got to tell you, it was very pretty sunrise there in Seville. So was the sunset. So hope you enjoyed that. And I want to thank you, all of our viewers online that are coming on after watching the radio show. Hello and welcome. We are the live band, the Afterglow. This is Greg Vail. And let me just introduce these guys because there's some very talented musicians you're going to get to hear tonight. Over here on the bass. Well, somewhere behind me. We'll start. We'll ignore you and do Ernie first. Mr. Ernie Nuñez is on the bass guitar. And this fine keyboard player, Mr. Mark Hugenberger. And then this guy behind me playing drums and cymbals. He's pretty special, Nat Scott. We're going to do another new COVID song. This is a song called the Chrysalis Effect, which is when a butterfly comes from a little worm thing. It's a pretty cool concept, and that's what the song concept is. Thank you. That was a song called The Chrysalis Effect. And we're going to do a jazz classic for you right now. And I've been had a lot of time, like we've all had a lot of time, kicking around different ideas and taking some old songs and kind of giving them a new twist. And I've got a bunch of songs like that tonight. This is a song entitled Alone Together. Give me just a second, because I got to grab a big saxophone. Thank you. That's the big saxophone, the baritone saxophone on a jazz classic. And we're going to do one more on the bari sax because I've got a brand new, I'm calling them mashups. And I don't think it's the right use of the term, but I like mashing up bari sax, an old school sound, and an old song, but then doing a modern arrangement of it. This is a song that I love. I've played probably in every band I've been in for a long time because it's such a beautiful song. It's a song composed by Chick Corea, and it's called Crystal Silence. And we're going to try a modern version of that on the baritone right now. Did I change it? Yeah. Oh, I was going to do some other time. Too late. It's too late. I know, I got it. Okay, hold on. So that'll drop in later. Thank you so much. That's a song called Crystal Silence. Isn't that pretty? Now, I know I'm being a little crazy because I'm playing a lot of different instruments outside in the cool, so it makes playing them in tune a real treat, but I'm doing the best I can, and we're going to go from bari sax to a little flute on a song written by Jose Feliciano. Hope you like it. It's called Affirmation. Thank you, guys. This next song is another song on flute. I figured once I had it in tune and warmed up, I wouldn't want to put it down. So I'm going to do a song I wrote this summer, and it's kind of my little take on a nice little Brazilian song. I hope you like it. It's called Daydreamin'. Thank you, guys. I used to have a serious love relationship with this little soprano saxophone. And then I went on the road. I toured for 2 years with Luis Miguel all over Latin America and Mexico, and I didn't get to play this. And it sat in a case, and it bounced around. And when I got it home, it didn't play very good, and it took me 6 months to fix it. But I fixed it, so I'm going to play it tonight. This is a song off my very first CD, and it was a big hit on radio way back before the turn of the century. The song is called Love's Gift. That's an oldie but a goodie. I think there's been a few babies made to that one. It is entitled Love's Gift, and I think that would be the gift. We're going to do a song off my Smooth Jazz Classic CD. This is called The In Crowd, and this has got a little bit of a bass and drum feature in it too, so it's kind of cool. Does it have some drums? Not really? It's cool. Or we can make some drums. All right, we'll figure out what happens here. Let's just get it started and see where it goes. That's Ernie Nuñez there on the bass guitar. And Nat Scott. I hope you guys are hanging out still online. We've got a good group of people here, but I know there's some folks online, and I'm hoping it's a big audience. If you haven't invited somebody online and you're watching online, invite a friend to watch, because we have some more songs here. We're going to do a song right now. I think this is the first public performance. This is a song named after and dedicated to my granddaughter, who her name is Anna, and it's called Anna's Song. And it's just kind of a little dyslexic. It's kind of like walking her to the park and the different things we stop and look at along the way. So I hope you enjoy it. Anna's Song. Juice is good. a musical picture of walking to the park with Anna. All right, folks. I just don't have enough of an excuse for a chiropractor yet, so I'm going to strap this 50-pound thing around my neck and see if I can get to the chiropractor tomorrow. This is the original heavy metal right here. And this is a jazz classic called Some Other Time, and we're going to do a little bit of an updated version. Tied up in my stuff. Yes, you are. Yeah, I know.
I'm laughing at you.
I'm laughing at me. All right. This is another new song. It's called Over the Moon. And I like it. All right, guys, we're getting up towards the end of the night. For those of you that have hung on online, thank you for listening tonight. Thank you for checking in. We have live music here kind of all the time. So you can go to campusjax.com, or not, well, Campus JAX at Facebook, or you can go to JAX Hideaway on Facebook, either one of those pages, and you'll see live streaming. And they have live streams from a lot of the concerts that are going on right here. And this show has all been live streamed. And thank you, live streamers. And thank you so much for our real audience, our live audience. Not everybody can get here. I had a lot of people on Instagram because I toured South America. A lot of people that they can't get here because they live 3,000 miles away. So hopefully we've had a lot of our southern friends watching too. So you guys, thank you for coming out tonight. This song is the most popular, the most requested, the most, like everything, you know, and so many sax players are sick of it because it's been done up, like I've done it probably 4,000 times. So, I mean, I could understand how somebody could get sick of it, but it's just such a great piece of music. I like doing it. I'm going to do it for you again tonight. And this is a song that was written by Carlos Santana, and it was done on saxophone by Gato Barbieri. And this is a classic smooth jazz song. And that's, I'm not going to tell you the name because you know. Here we go. Let's do that minor chord. 3, 4. Mark Hugenberger. You can put your hands together for him. Thank you so much, Europa. What a fun thing to say. You have to say it with your right hand. Europa. You guys have been incredible tonight. Thank you so much for coming out. You know, it's like every time I do a show, I take a show, and I start telling, like, the invisible world of social media and a few friends, but like I just start posting, and I just hope and pray there's going to be somebody here when we get to the show. And it's always such a treat to see you all show up. And I thank you from my heart. Thank you for being here tonight. I hope you had a wonderful time. I hope you enjoyed the music. I hope you enjoyed the food and the drink. I did. I have my favorite dishes, and I had some really yummy beer and some good stuff. So thank you, Jack. Thank you, Jax. Thank you, Golden and John and all the people that make this happen. There's so many people that are involved in making all of this happen in a parking lot. Really, if you're online, you can't see. We're just hanging out in a parking lot with a little tent over our head, you know? It's an amazing thing that they're doing here at Campus JAX. And the fact that if you can't make it, you can log on and watch it online. The whole thing is just cool. So thank you for letting us be a part of it. The guys here, Mark Hugenberger on the keys, Nat Scott back there on drums, Mr. Ernie Nuñez on the bass guitar. My name is Greg Vail, and we are going to do one more song, and that'll be it for the evening. This is another new song. It's kind of my favorite of the new songs, so I hope you like it. It's called Falling Gracefully. Thank you so much for being here. God bless you all. Drive home safely, and we will see you next time. Just so you know, if you want to write it down, the blues band that I work with, Brick Alley Blues, is going to be back on this same stage on November 22nd. And it's a great band. There's 300 years of talent up there, age. And that's just count two of the guys. It's a really great band. So we'll be back. This band will be back sometime this year, and then we will be back with the Brick Alley Blues Band on November 22nd. Thank you all. God bless you. We'll see you again soon.
Everybody, Jack from Campus JAX here again, giving you an update. A lot has happened since we launched the JAX Feed the Need here in Orange County. Over the last several months, we've been able to raise over $15,000 and provide over 1,500 meals for the homeless community, elderly caregivers, and frontline workers. All that has been made possible by your donations, individual donations, and also corporate donations, as well as the local bands that have been performing and donating their time and talents to help raise money for JAX Feed the Need. Greatly appreciated to everybody who has participated. Our corporate donations so far donated from QSC, who is a local manufacturer of speakers and soundboards here in Orange County. They've donated all the sound equipment that we use. Also Markwood Entertainment, donating the stage and the lighting and so much more. Those add up to tens of thousands of dollars worth of product and material that they've donated to help us bring our entertainment. Just last weekend we had Matt Mauser do a special Sinatra performance and raise several $1,000 along with Family Style. So it was a great weekend of fundraising, great weekend of music, great weekend of live streaming, and really helped a lot. So we've been able to average about a delivery a week for the last 4 months. But as the homeless situation here in Orange County and Southern California is expected to explode in the coming weeks, we want to be able to increase our delivery of meals from once a week to at least doing it every day and maximize our kitchen potential if we can. We need your help to do that. Continuing to donate through JAX Feed the Need. That's at campusjax.com, and you can go there and donate one meal or up to 1,000 meals or whatever you can. Every meal helps. When we first started this, it was just myself, my son, and 2 employees that launched the Campus JAX Feed the Need, and with that and the entertainment, we've been able to add more kitchen staff and more wait staff, so we've been able to add local jobs and bringing that back to the community here. Also giving the bands an opportunity to get some much needed pay. So it is a win-win-win situation, and the community wins as well because we're able to keep our community even safer by providing a meal for the homeless. So with your help, with some more corporate help, and with continued assistance from the musicians, we will keep doing what we're doing and just try to do even more if we can. Thank you, and I appreciate you, and stay safe.